Hello guys, welcome to my channel on personal development. My name is Michaela and today I want to talk about a really interesting topic. Today's topic is going to be about how to change your life or why is change so hard. So I know that many people like to do changes at the start of the new year. For example, maybe they want to lose some weight or they want to live in somewhat happier or more fulfilling or healthier way, but they really struggle to do it. They make these New Year's resolutions and then they follow it for some time and then for some reason they just get off track. Sometimes they get off track like really slowly. In the beginning they're really motivated and later they just lose this motivation over time. And other times it's just like they get really frustrated and they say, oh well, I didn't think it would work anyways, and they just don't stick with it. So today I want to talk about why that is, and I think it's kind of helpful to make a difference between two kinds of changes. So the first type of change I want to call once only change, which means that is a change that you make only once. For example, if you move to another city, or if you get a new haircut, or if you buy something new, it's a change you do only once. You don't do it again and again. If you move to another place, for example, you decide to move there. For example, if you get a new work there, or if you change school, or if your partner moves there, or for some other reason you just want to move cities, and then you decide to go there, you pack your bags and you actually go and move there. So that's a change you do only once. Even if you move again, this will be a different change and it will be a different decision for you in order to make that change. So that's an only once change. And very often here you replace one thing with another. In this case it would be one home with another, or one city with another, the whole environment actually. So, but I think the replacement aspect is really helpful to look at it, especially for the second type of change, which I'll call continuous change. So this is very often applies to changes you want to do in either your behavior or in your attitude. Because in this case, as the name already says, it's a continuous change. It's not a change you do only once. It's continuous. You have to make a replacement of a consistent feeling or behavior. And this is very challenging because you have to do it again and again and again and again until that new behavior or new attitude becomes your actual new normal behavior and your normal attitude. And this takes time because we are very used to the way we live. Our brains and our bodies are very accustomed to things we do regularly, and so it's really hard to change something that we do regularly. And this is very much the case for most of the personal development type of changes you want to make, maybe according to your health, or maybe according to your relationships, or maybe something you just want to maybe improve about your life or your happiness level, or just something that is, when you say you want to change your life, that means your life is something that really is part of your everyday. It's not only one thing in your life, it's your whole life. It might be your perspective on life, but it might also be like real big circumstances of your life. So it's something that is a change for a long time. And this is what hard is about, is because you need to repeatedly make a new decision in order to install a new habit, or in order to install a new kind of behavior and also a new kind of attitude. So if you want to make this change, then what you have to do again and again and again is you need willpower to make these new decisions. For example, if you want to eat healthier, let's say you decide that you want to eat less meat or no meat at all, you want to become a vegetarian. Might it be for a moral reason or might it be for health reasons? and that you say it's healthier to eat more vegetables. And actually in today's first world environment, you actually don't need to rely on meat in order to get everything your body needs. So you decide you want to be a vegetarian. But let's say your whole fridge is full of sausages and meat and stuff, and all your friends and neighbors, they all really like meat, and your family also really likes to eat meat, and your favorite food used to be, let's say, some kind of chicken with potatoes. So these are all things in your environment which make it hard for you to actually make this kind of change because they always surround you. And basically, sometimes every day you have to make a decision not to tap into your old habits, not to eat that sausage in the fridge. Maybe to say no to your mother when she wants to be really nice to you and make you your favorite meal that it used to be. Or if you go out with your friends, you have to say no when they all have meat and they say, hey, why you don't want to have chicken wings with us, for example. And you have to say no, and no, and no, and no, every time. So you need a certain kind of discipline or willpower every day. And this kind of willpower is a limited resource each day. So there's a thing called willpower depletion. And that means that at the beginning of the day, you tend to have the highest willpower in the morning. You're refreshed, ideally, if you have slept well. So you're refreshed and you're ready to make a lot of decisions. But in the evening, you get more and more tired. You have made maybe 100 decisions already this day, and when you then come back home and there's sausage in your fridge and you actually really like that sausage, even though you didn't want to eat it, you feel like, oh my god, I have done so much work today, so much studying, so much whatever. I don't want to force myself not anymore to eat something that I really like, or not eat something that I really want to eat, so I'll just have it. So, and that's a thing that happens very often. So the discipline and willpower is very crucial. The second thing is also your motivation. Why do you want to become a vegetarian in the first place in this case? So you have, maybe even though this can be a very strong motivation that you have for yourself, you can still forget it because, especially if in everyday life, if you don't think about it regularly, if you don't get reminded about it regularly, you tend to forget it, or at least have it not at the front of your mind, but rather in the back of your mind. So all the things that come to you each day and which seem to be very, very urgent, they will just get in the front of your mind, and this whole food thing will get in the back. So you won't pay as much attention to it, and you won't feel so strongly about it every time you have to make this decision. So that will make it harder for you. So, and here comes also the tip. So the tip is be aware that you need both willpower and discipline to make these continuous changes. And the motivation is the most pleasurable thing to renew, if you say, is because you have to remind yourself of the positive goal. In this case, you want to achieve the vegetarian, you want to be the kind of image that means to you the kind of person you're going to become if you will be a vegetarian, maybe what good you will do to the environment, what part you will play in it, and so on and so forth, whatever that means to you in this case. The other harder thing is the discipline part in making those decisions every day. And what makes that easier is what you will often find as routines or rituals or habits that you can install. Let's say you want to install the habit of not having meat for your lunch break, and you used to have meat with your friends every time. Maybe you can make a commitment with your friends that you will have something vegetarian for lunchtime. If you manage to make them all commit to this thing, then you all together will have this vegetarian lunch, and you will be able to make it much easier for yourself to eat less meat in this case. So you set up your environment in a way that is really helping you, or you get into your routine of let's say buying vegetables 3 times a week or once a week, so that you have all the food you need for the next few days in your fridge, and there will be no sausage among it. So you will have like almost no temptation to go there and eat something, because there will be other really nice food in the fridge for you, and you can just go and grab that instead of some kind of sausage or meat or chicken wings or whatever. So if you if you do that regularly, if you do it again and again and again, it will get eventually easier. It will become your new normal, even though if that was something you really liked and you really stick to, this old habit of eating meat in this case, then you have to really look out for not making a lot of excuses from it, because then you can easily fall back. So you have to make sure that you do it all the time and you don't fall off of it too easily. And you make it really important for yourself, and you just set up your environment in a way that is supporting you, because your environment often works against you if you want to change something major about your life, because everything in your environment will be set up to support the kind of life you're living now. So if you want to change that, you often have to change your environment. In this case, for example, buying more vegetables instead of more meat, or maybe making commitments with your friends, or maybe just finding some new fun way to enjoy like nice meals by finding nice recipes or something similar. So you would really enjoy having this vegetable meal and will not miss the meat at all. So these are my tips for how to change your life and why change is so hard, an explanation that I'm having for you. And don't mistake once only changes for continuous changes, because they're very different and they demand very different things from you. And especially the continuous changes we have to make every day for a really long time until they become our new normal. But we can help ourselves if we install some new habits, if we adjust our environment in order to support our decision, and then it will be much easier to actually accomplish what we want to accomplish for ourselves. And I hope that serves you. I wish you all the best. Please leave me comments down below on your own experiences with things you have started in the new year, for example, how they're going, and like if this was helpful for you. I am really looking forward for it, and see you next week. Bye!